Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of knowledge and lovers of learning, welcome to my channel, where we question, explore, and illuminate the world of education and ideas. Today, I ask you to join me on a journey to one of the most celebrated, controversial traditions in academia, the Oxford tutorial system. Is it the pinnacle of personalized education, or a relic of an elitist past? Let's delve in. The Oxford tutorial, a model of intellectual intensity. Picture this: a lone student, or perhaps two, sitting across from a tutor, armed only with their wit, their preparation, and their ideas. The Oxford tutorial is no ordinary classroom. It is a crucible where intellect is tested and transformed. For centuries, this on-her session, held weekly or fortnightly, has been the cornerstone of an Oxford education. Students arrive having written essays or solved problem sets, prepared for intense discussion. But don't mistake this for a simple and session. This is academic gladiatorial combat, where your arguments must stand the scrutiny of sharp minds and sharper tongues. Independent study, the silent struggle before the battle. What makes this system remarkable, and indeed daunting, is the sheer weight it places on independent study. Between tutorials, students must devour assigned readings and seek additional texts, craft essays that are not merely summaries but bold statements of thought, prepare to defend every word, every assumption, as though their intellectual reputation depends on it. This is not education for the faint-hearted. It demands discipline, creativity, and resilience. Yet, does this relentless pressure cultivate brilliance? Or does it risk alienating those who need more guidance? The tutorial process, dialogue, or duel? Within the tutorial itself, the drama unfolds. Students might read their essays aloud, knowing every sentence could spark debate. Tutors question, provoke, and challenge. Sometimes gently, sometimes with the force of a hammer. The Socratic method reigns supreme here. Probing questions replace straightforward answers. The goal? To unearth deeper truths, to sharpen minds, to reveal flaws in thinking. But let us ask, is the Socratic method always fair? Can it, at times, intimidate rather than inspire? Personalized learning, a privilege or a right? One of the Oxford tutorial's greatest strengths is its personalized approach. With one tutor guiding one or two students, there is no place to hide. The tutor can adapt to the student's pace, style, and interests. This intimacy fosters not just learning, but a mentorship that can change lives. Yet, I must pose the uncomfortable question: who has access to this extraordinary privilege? Is such individual attention sustainable in the face of modern educational demands? Can the system adapt, or does it risk becoming a luxury of the few? Interdisciplinary vision beyond the boundaries. Another jewel of the tutorial system is its encouragement of interdisciplinary thinking. Students are not boxed into narrow silos, but are pushed to make connections across subjects, to see the world, not in fragments, but as a whole. This is education at its most ambitious. But do all students feel equally empowered to think beyond their field? Or does the weight of tradition sometimes stifle innovation? Assessment, a continuous conversation. Here too, Oxford stands apart. Students are assessed not just in exams, but through the weekly rhythm of essays and discussions. Feedback is immediate, constructive, and relentless. But let's pause: does this system reward only those who can thrive under constant pressure? What about those whose brilliance emerges in less linear ways? The verdict: a system worth celebrating or critiquing? The Oxford tutorial system is a beacon of educational excellence. It fosters critical thinking, sharpens argumentation, and demands a level of intellectual independence that few other systems achieve. This is a critical bit. It is not without flaws. It is resource-intensive, it leans heavily on tradition, and it may not be accessible or suitable for all. As we celebrate its triumphs, we must also question its limitations. Can a system designed centuries ago truly serve the diverse, complex needs of modern learners? Friends, the Oxford tutorial system stands as both a marvel and a mirror, a reflection of what education can achieve and where it must evolve. What do you think? Is this the pinnacle of learning, or a method overdue for reform? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this vital conversation. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and as always, thank you for joining me here.